G'day guys, welcome back to the Iron Empire and part 2 of the Softail Harley Davidson build. So the bike's starting to take shape now. Been pretty flat out on this thing. Mark and Vince come over to help. Been detailing it up, polishing and wiring. I've re-redwalled the bike. These braces we welded back on, done a bit of filler work there and resprayed that all up. And it's all awaiting its tins now. But unfortunately, there's been another rub through on the tank, and we are now at about 5 o'clock on the night before it's got to go. And this bike is got to be delivered 4 hours away. So this is going to be fun. Fresh rub through. Smack on the side. I've got a feeling as well some runs, and we had to block them out because we're painting at night. It's like freaking nothing degrees up here, and all the worst conditions, and yeah, got all sorts of runs, which usually isn't much of a problem, block it out, but I'm just copying it all today. The rear guard, is coming along okay. That's been rubbed and just needs polish. So touch wood, that'll go to plan. That will then go on with a tail light install and wiring and number plate and tons still to do tonight. But now I'm challenged with more airbrushing, and then I've got a 2-packer and wait it to dry and somehow get it polished before the night's through. I don't know how this is going to work, but anyway, these are the joys of custom paint. So I've just finished polishing the guard and it's good enough. I'm not really happy with it. There's still a few rub marks in it that I want to get out, but it's nearly 10 on the eve of when this thing's meant to be delivered, and I still haven't finished rubbing the tank. So this has turned out to be an absolute nightmare of a job. So it's gonna have to go like this. Look, it's pretty good, don't get me wrong, but I know what's there, what needs to be done. So probably the untrained eye looks pretty sweet. I'm pretty happy with the overall design and stuff of it, of the wires. So we'll set up, try and get this thing on the bike without scratching it. And yeah, I think it will have to be a morning job for the tank. Alright, final morning and delivery day on the Harley, and it is still not finished. Surprise, surprise. So I'm nearly finished up polishing here. I've been polishing for hours and hours. Like, there's probably 10 hours of polishing this bike alone. So I'm just on the underside of the tank with the cut, then I'm onto the swirl remover, and then bolt the thing on without scratching it. Tank's going back on now, and there's just a few wires to deal with. These have a inbuilt fuel reader, so you don't have to lift the cap to check it out. So we had to make a new gasket up for that. They were obsolete from Harley. We've got a sheet of cork gasket, and Mark made up a new one of those, so that came out really good. And now it's just a matter of wiring up the dash as it goes back on without scratching everything. Get the jumper pack. I'm afraid that I might knacker that start mode if I keep trying. Typical. Jumper packs knackered. Now I'm fixing jumper packs.
Now you may be wondering why I'm laying in the back of my ute, having a little snooze when I'm already running late. But I have to take this bike down the southeast, which is a 4-hour ride, or 4-hour drive, I should say. And I cannot be bothered sitting in my little truck, sitting on 100, sitting over the axle with no cruise control. So I've decided to take the Falcon, which means I've got to take off this canopy for the first time since I've owned it. So, luckily it's only 4 bolts. Good excuse to have a little lay down. It's currently 5 minutes past when I wanted to be leaving. Well, it's actually, I wanted to be there now, initially. But then when I realised that wasn't going to happen, my plan was to leave by now. But now I've got to load the bike up. Well, I've already got a test ride at first. I'll go around the block, make sure nothing falls off. Load her up. And then have a quick shower and hit the road, so I'll be out of here by maybe an hour and a half late.
So I managed to hit the road only an hour and a half late, so that's alright. I'm about 2 hours away from the destination, which is down the southeast of SA, and I'm going to a 60th birthday party. It's a bonfire for a good family friend, Bob, and when I get there I'm hoping it's still daylight so he can check out the bike. I'm hoping he's going to love it. I think he will, and when he sees it, he's then going to find out that this bike is actually his 60th birthday present, which he obviously has no idea is happening. He did see the bike briefly in a few photos, and that was when it was in this last configuration with you know, it was all black and needed a lot of work. But obviously it's come a long way since then, so hopefully he likes it, and we'll see how this all pans out.
Well, my dear, these guys have been pretty busy.
Looks like it.
Have a look.
That's not good.
Yeah, it is. Pretty sweet.
Happy birthday.
How you going, mate? How are you? Good.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, gotta get it off, eh?
Won't be a suck egg mule. Gonna have to make more room in the shed, Cobb.
Fucking house.
Oh, hell.
He's not on video. It's better than my buddy. Well, as you can see, the plan went off without a hitch. They had a bonfire here last night, and Bob didn't sleep for 1 minute. I think he was up all night thinking about riding his new beast. He absolutely loves it. Over the moon. Been tinkering with it and cleaning it and all sorts. So yeah, very, very successful. So a little bit about this bike is basically I bought it from my mate Vince, who you would have seen on this channel, helped me out a lot. It's a 2000 model Softail Juice, and he bought it as a basket case. It's got a lot of go fast parts on it. We're talking like Screaming Eagle top end, big cams. It's been bought out to like a 2000cc crane ignition. It's a real weapon. It's been on the dyno, come in at well over 100 horsepower at the wheel, and it's an absolute animal. So obviously a lot of work's gone into it this week. Put the Softail guard back on it, welded on the struts for the guard, obviously a full airbrush paint job with paint huffer metal flake, Glazerite clear, and a $25 Azido spray gun from Bunnings. So come out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. That pretty much wraps up this episode. Hope you all enjoyed a look around something different this week. If you haven't already, please like the video, leave me a comment, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you all next week. Cheers, guys.